Greetings, Vault Hunters all across the 6 galaxies. Welcome to the Bordercast. We are live at our usual time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I'm Mitsu.
And I'm Tessichka, coming to you every week to break down all things Borderlands.
As always, we want to take a minute to thank our new listeners on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher, and those watching live right now on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Steam, or later on the VOD on YouTube. If you're enjoying the program, we would love for you to give us a big ol' like, follow, or favorite as we continue the march towards 100 episodes. Oh boy, can you believe we've been doing that many of these? I believe this is episode 87 overall, 44 of this season of the Bordercast.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. I feel like we've been doing it forever, but at the same time, it's gone by in literally the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. And joining us again on this 87th overall program is Mystique Siren.
What's up? Hi.
Beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously, thank you so much for coming to hang out, and thank you. Can I reveal the thing we're doing later? I don't know.
Which one? We're doing a lot of things. This is a very busy show.
Well, after the show.
Oh, I guess we can talk about that now for a couple seconds. Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
So later this afternoon, first off, there will be an Ultimate Vault Hunters episode with a very special Birdman build with Liz, of course, and it'll be very fun. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific in a little bit less than a couple hours. Then myself and Mitsu and Liz and the beautiful Mystique Siren are going to be filming the next episode of Ultimate Vault Hunter, our very first female guest. And we're very excited to have her. She's going to be talking about a cool challenge build, kind of like what the Priesticles has done in the past. And we miss him. I hope he's well. And anyway, it'll be really, really, really cool. So stay tuned for that in a couple of weeks.
I'm excited.
Speaking of the Priesticles, real quick, I believe yesterday was his birthday, so happy birthday, Priesticles.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh,
I don't think he's particularly here now, but he might watch it later on.
That's fine.
And be like, oh, they remembered. Yes,
Yeah.
they remembered about
It's a
happy
good
birthday.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so we have a few things to get caught up with as we begin today's episode, which plans to be another long one. I apologize in advance. Gearbox, as you know, merged with Embracer, more money, more problems, but also in this case probably solves a lot of the problems that currently exist and makes things a lot easier, all things considered. Listen, I'm just going by what the poet once said about it. I'm just saying. Tales from the Borderlands will be on Switch in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, March 24th.
It's so soon. It's crazy.
I know, right?
So
it snuck
cool.
up on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool.
The Borderlands movie is happening. Krieg is in it. Who is playing him? Well, we'll tell you, assuming you don't already know, which you probably might. I mean, everybody seems to be in tune with Hollywood Reporter these days. They're getting every scoop.
And the beginning of March, this month is the month of anticipation for Director's Cut.
Yes.
It's coming very, very soon. We have some details. The date has changed. There's some very, very, very good reasons for that. It is to everyone's benefit, not just the devs obviously needing more time because of all of the insanity that happened with the storms in Texas, but also all of our benefit as players, because we're going to get a better version of that DLC, a better final product. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. And then also huge and quick shout out to Tweety Expert, who's amazing and awesome always, but was featured specifically yesterday on Twitch's front page while playing Borderlands 3 to something like 30,000 people, I believe. Holy
It was ridiculous. She was above so many people, and it was amazing. I loved it. I love seeing it.
My heart just like
exploded.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Like, thank you, Twitch. What an amazing recognition of an amazing, like, awesome female creator, and especially a Borderlands creator. It's just really cool to see.
No.
Thank you.
Everybody finally realized that, you know, we're still doing crazy things, and some of our you know, members of the team are being really recognized for all the cool things that they do.
As they do.
It's nice to see. Yes.
As we point up to Mystique also, because she's so cool.
Oh, right. Yes, up. That's right.
I don't know where I'm at, actually.
You're up
You're above us.
I'm above you?
Down
Okay.
here, you're up here. Yeah,
Hi.
I think. Hi. Like that. Hi. Yes, that's completely a visual joke. Everybody who's listening right now on the podcast service is like, "What?" But okay, imagine the $100,000 pyramid, but only 3 boxes, and that's what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was the worst explanation you could ever give for what I was just trying to say.
Speaking of podcast people, thank you. I know we sort of say thank you every week to all of you guys, but I want to especially say thank you today to everybody that's been listening, to all of our new listeners that check out the podcasts for both Bordercast and Ultimate Vault Hunter and the Borderlands show on all the platforms that they're available on, which is basically whichever platform you're looking for them on. If there's a platform that you know of that we're not on, please tell us. But I think we're basically everywhere. Just Google Bordercast or the Borderlands podcast and you'll find us. We just did some math recently, or we looked up some math basically, and there's a lot of you guys out there listening, and it's really like more than I expected for sure, and it's really, really awesome. It's super, super, super gratifying to know that you guys enjoy our shows and enjoy this content. So thank you. Please keep hitting those likes and follows and listens, and let us know what you think on Twitter and everywhere.
Yes. Normally, this is where we would segue into this past week, and we talk about what we did this past week in Borderlands. Well, I'll be honest with you, we ain't got time. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I will say, Mystique Siren, we are going to talk about what you were doing this past week in Borderlands a little bit later on the program when we discuss the hunt.
Yes.
So get your answers ready. This is like the prequel before the quiz.
Yes.
Pop quiz.
Ready.
Cool.
Up here.
We gotta open the show with some unfortunate news, but it's merely a delay. Last month's severe weather in Texas, which had an actual literal snowpocalypse, caused significant disruptions across the state. And Gearbox's home base area was affected to a severe degree. And while everybody at Gearbox is thankfully safe, homes, they're safe and sound, there has been some damage, there has been some infrastructure issues, and that unfortunately led to Director's Cut needing to be delayed a few weeks. So the new date now is April 8th. Gearbox and 2K are committed to delivering the best possible experience for everybody, and they appreciate your understanding as they work to deliver hard the Director's Cut when it comes out next month. So that sucks a little bit, but it's completely understandable why.
Yeah, if anybody is unaware, like Mitsu said, Texas had an actual snowpocalypse, freezing temps that they have never seen before. It's not like if you live in the Northeast somewhere or in the Northwest or anywhere in the North and you're used to snow and you're used to cold temperatures and you're like, what's the big deal, right? Well, the problem is Texas in general is not used to that. They've never had it before, literally never. So their infrastructure, their building codes for apartments and houses and things like that are just not equipped and not up to standards for dealing with that kind of temperature and that kind of weather in general. And so like people had pipes bursting, people had no power, people had all kinds of craziness going on. And I mean, obviously it put a whole stop to everything. And some people are still unable to go back to their homes. Noelle, who is an amazing community manager over at Gearbox and gets all of these updates out to us as quickly as possible, still working from home, but from her friend's home, who took her in very kindly, and she still can't get back into her apartment and lost basically everything. So,
and yet through all of that, she's been working the whole time.
Yeah, so
she's still soldiering through everything to bring all of the news involving Borderlands 3 and the Gearbox community back to us while she's dealing with all this. That's legendary.
Yeah, they're trying so hard. Graham had a bunch of pipes burst in his home, as I know as well, and just lots of people that work there. And it's a really, really hard thing to deal with because everybody's working from home and their homes are in trouble, and it's a whole thing. So just please be patient. The part of the reason is also because they wanted to make sure that the director's cut was the best possible version of itself for all of us, right? So they didn't want to just rush it. They wanted to make sure that it was perfect and that we would love it just as much as they love it when we got our hands on it. So just a small delay, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the wait. Okay.
Yeah. Sucks though, right, Mystique?
It does. I woke up and like saw it and I was just like, I just laid in bed and was like sad about it. But I would rather it be released fully completed and 100% the way it needs to be and should be, rather than them releasing something that has stuff wrong with it and is just not finished, Yeah. So.
What's the old Shigeru Miyamoto saying? A delayed game still has a chance to be great, but a rushed game that's unfinished will be bad forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. So.
Man's gaming. Take his word for it. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat, and I like this idea. If only they could take Revenge of the Cartels, which we still don't even know if it's coming back, but boy, I hope so, and move it to March 18th as a way to kind of fill in the gap now between now and the release of DLC 6.
That'd be great. That would be awesome.
It would be really cool. I personally don't know how much work actually would go into that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So especially,
I mean, it's just an idea. I don't expect anything to happen with that. Right. It was just a very interesting idea that it seemed a lot of people in chat were signing on for.
It's a great idea. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a switch that they flip. So like it might not be that simple. Also, they may have made changes or they may not have made changes. I don't know. But that is a great idea. So if it's possible, I would love that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's possible that so like for the Halloween event or the Valentine's Day event, they had to make some changes because of the wedding invitation and people not getting their wedding invitation and whatnot. So I would say that there's probably things that they need to fix with Revenge of the Cartels just like that. So and I would hate for Revenge of the Cartels to come back early and then have the same issues, so and they even said, I think on Twitter, they said that they are going to make sure that this doesn't happen again with future events. So
they figured out what the issue was. So like they implemented a fix under the hood, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah.
Sorry, like in my brain, I just went back to Joey Ultraviolet's mansion. Like I just like ran, like while you guys were talking, I like ran through the entire map in my head. And I was like, oh man, that's a really good time. Can we do that again?
Yes.
I really just want to go back. I need to know.
Yeah, I listen to the
music. I can't see them not bringing it back
all the time.
Oh yeah.
The music, like I sit there and like will listen to the music while I'm playing Borderlands, and I'm like, I'm in Joey Ultraviolet's mansion. I'm in Joey Ultraviolet's mansion. Yeah, like I try to like just picture myself in there. So
like the happy place.
Yeah, it is. It's a happy place. It is.
Excited. I'm excited for that. Definitely.
Yeah. Get new OPQs, new yellow cakes, and new fish slaps. Because people yell at me because I don't mention the fish slap as much as I should. My bad.
Me too. Do I need to get a fish and do the thing?
No, but you know what I would appreciate if you would do? There's a certain button that we need for, once again, on the Bordercast, we bring onto you Hotfixes applied. Yay, we had an excuse to use the things when we produce the show sometimes. Yay. Loot enemies. Loot enemies. Tubbies will now have a 40% chance to drop the Rhina. That one kind of came out of nowhere, but that's pretty cool.
It also received a 33.3% damage buff, which is awesome. Thank you very much. We like buffs. Buffs are great. Buffs are always amazing.
So I was listening to some of the chatter between everybody when this buff first went live. And the comparisons were like the Rhina's kind of competitive now in terms of rocket launcher selection choices. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I was really happy to see that. Let's see. The Firestorm grenade is now in Aurelia's boss pool. I don't quite get that. Why does... Okay. I want to hear this reasoning. Let's see.
Yes.
Why would you put the Firestorm, a fire grenade, in Aurelia's loot pool when she is the Ice Queen?
Well, I know. I think it was originally always supposed to be there.
Really?
Yes, because when I was prepping for the hunt, K6 was in my stream, and we were like, and Brock, one of the finishers of the hunt, we actually were prepping for the hunt together and trying to figure out stuff, and we were trying to farm Aurelia for the Firestorm, and she was not dropping it. So me, Brock, and K6 all sat there and farmed on 0 mayhem and then like 10, 15 runs, and none of us got the Firestorm. So we realized it actually wasn't in her loot pool when I guess it was supposed to be. And so I think that they are just fixing that. I don't necessarily know why. Maybe they want you to use it on her because, of course, she would be susceptible to fire.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But so I just want to make this clear. Like in the code, it said that the Firestorm would drop off of Aurelia, but it wasn't dropping off of Aurelia for some reason.
Right.
So it was always there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just that I did not know that. That baffled me. But that makes a lot more sense now in retrospect.
Yeah, it was on a bunch of different like Google Docs spreadsheets, different websites saying that she was supposed to be the one that dropped it. And we found out right before the hunt that it wasn't actually. So they turned around and made that a world drop for the hunt. So
cool.
That's awesome, though.
Okay.
See, the hunt's doing all the good things. We're learning stuff. That's why I'm always glad when it comes around every year.
I'm so excited to talk more about it. But first, we have some more hotfixes to get through. But we'll get there. You want to read
this one, Tess? Because this one might break your heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amara's remnant skill was doing more damage than was intended. The skill was only intended for Jin and skill damage. However, Gearbox and the community, specifically those of you who utilized Game Breaker Amara, wink, wink, can't wink a single eye, I'm sorry, found it was also adding unlisted bonuses to melee, slide, and slam damage. This has been addressed. The aforementioned unlisted bonuses have been removed.
You okay? Do you need a minute?
I mean...
that was a very long pause. I want to point that out there.
Okay, I feel like... I mean, okay, they literally said Game Breaker Amara, which is totally like a fun kind of shout out to Moxie, Moxsy, in case you
brought that to Ultimate Vault Hunters, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He did. That was a long time ago.
It was. I think it might have been his first alt UVH.
Yeah, I think it might have actually. It was either his first or his second, because he was our Amara guy for a while there.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was focused on Zane and Flack. And then to a lesser extent, Mose when Wolf joined the program.
And I mean, honestly, I don't think it makes Amara weaker. It just makes that one particular version of her weaker, right? Because it wasn't working the way it was intended, and it was very OP, and like, it was just the thing. And I mean, it had a really long life. Like, think about where we are. We're like 2 years in, right? So it had a long life, a good, happy life. We got to enjoy the things and the fun things, and I moved on to Mose anyway, so I can't be that upset. I'm terrible. No, I honestly think that it was like the go-to for so many people and so many things, and I'm kind of not happy necessarily, but I understand because it like forces you to diversify a little bit. So
yeah, I was already diversified though. Like, I never really did melee with Amara. I'm not a fan of melee builds. So I was always, you trying to utilize the build in a way that didn't have to use melee and slide and slam damage. I don't think I have a single build out there really that utilized. The only thing I can think of, and the thing is the ball, this doesn't affect the ball. The phase flare. This only affects the remnant. So remnant's the little ball. Like, so when I say ball, so phase flare is completely different skill tree. So remnant is in the blue skill tree. You only have to put 1 point into it, and you're literally any overkill damage that like, I guess from slam, from melee, and from whatever else, guns, whatever, goes into that remnant, and then it seeks out a target. You could do hundreds of thousands of millions of damage with remnant when it wasn't supposed to. So for me, it's not really affected me because I don't really use a whole lot of melee. The only melee build I have is my build where I use the phase flare, and you melee the actual phase flare to build up the damage in that, and that is what is actually going to kill like in-game bosses. That's what I actually use to kill in-game bosses like Grave Ward and stuff like that. Because with Amara and her ties that bind, you can't really use ties that bind on in-game bosses unless there's a lot of little enemies around.
Which I guess you can kind of fudge with Grave Ward, for example. You just wait for him to spawn all of the ads, and then you just go phase lock out of nowhere. And
the ties that bind doesn't reach to him really.
Still, even if he waited until he got really close, like, could you phase lock one of the, like, not, you would phase lock something near one of the arms, like when it punches in the wall, for example, gets stuck. Hey, you phase lock. Could that theoretically work?
I've tried to do I tried to do it that way, and it just ends up like he ends up just usually doing so much elemental damage in the area, and those little guys, you actually have to get his head to fall. So while those little guys are all like running around hurting you, like you've got, of course, Grave Ward up there taking lots of damage to get put down. But that's why I use the ball. So like I can actually just switch to the ball. And if I have action skill active annoyance on my guns, I literally just throw my ball out and then use my action skill active to take him down. Or I have a build that's specifically for bossing. With the face slayer. And like I said, you just keep meleeing the ball and bringing it back to you. And once you've hit it 4 times and send it to Grave Ward, it just sits there and like does damage to him. So, and it does all that melee damage into him. So, like I said, for me, it doesn't really do much because, like I said, I don't really use melee a lot. So, with ties that bind and remnant,
it's unfortunate for the people who are taking advantage of it. That's really what it boils down to.
It is because I know those builds were probably fun. I'm sure they were extremely fun. Just to one shot everything, but
they were not the only builds. And honestly, like I said, we had a lot of time with those builds, a lot. So there's Amara still extremely, extremely, extremely strong.
It's just like when they did stuff to ties that bind. They fixed the ties that bind because the outside sources were doing damage with the shared damage. But ties that bind was still super powerful even after that. So I'm sure Remnant will still be powerful. It's just not going to be game breaking powerful.
A little bit more.
I'm curious to see what people's reaction is once they've been playing it for like a day or two. We'll see.
The fish slap as a result of this has been adjusted, which I guess I was kind of hoping we could see some of the test runs from people just to see what it meant by adjusted. Was it positively adjusted, negatively adjusted? I'm not really sure. And so that goes back to, we were talking about Revenge of the Cartels earlier. And it's like we need a fish slap to see exactly what they adjusted on it. Although I'm sure people have it from last year and other ways of doing it. So somebody, Mighty Mushroom, claiming it was nerfed by 50%. Ooh.
It was nerfed.
That's unfortunate.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if maybe we'll see what happens if and when Cartel comes back around. Yeah. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. Again, as hard as possible.
I'm reserving judgment on these things that I can't really judge yet. So, we'll see. The sticky grenade bonus damage on White Elephant has been reduced also.
That there is a one psychotic wolf right now who is probably a little sad about that one, because I believe he uses the White Elephant in a few of his Moe's centric builds.
A lot of his slam, I think Slam Cannon might use it because he slams and freezes them, and then of course the melee damage triples or something for cryoed enemies. So probably,
which is a ridiculous number.
So the following weapons have received increased damage, so some buffs in this mix as well. Web Slinger, Devoted, Poison Thorns, like Mystique mentioned earlier. The Magnificent, so the Poison Thorns has gotten 100% stronger. Is that what that means? Wow. The Magnificent is 200% stronger. The Mother 2 is increased. The Smart Gun. Oh, I love this gun. The Smart Gun XXL, for many on the team, this was our first legendary all the way back at the LA reveal party.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Because remember, we were killing Gigamind.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I got that with Amara, actually, and it was quite great because it was a beautiful gun with legs that runs around.
Yeah.
And
it was hilarious because they had just announced that TDR weapons were going to have guns with legs.
Yeah.
And so at that point, we were like, excuse, what? And then they made a legendary about it, and that's a legendary we were actually able to obtain. So everybody lost their minds about it.
I have one right there, but I can't reach it right now. So
is it the model, just the TDR gun with legs, or is it an actual Smart Brain XXL?
It's the model that I really want to paint as that gun, because that'd be cool. It would be amazing to have actually that gun as a model. That would be crazy. Amazing.
Yeah. So I think there is one that's out there, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard of it. I want it. I need it. Please. How? Where?
I have the Malawan one.
Yeah, I've seen the Molly one. I remember when you got that. It was so cool. I've seen that one. I've seen the one that Triple G has, Triple_G, who's hanging out in chat and being awesome. He has the Maggie, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a Maggie. Yeah. Because I remember because I saw the paint job, because the paint job was accurate, I believe, as well.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I mean, I have a little gun with legs. It's just not painted, and I'm too short to reach it right now. I'm sorry. I moved it out of reach
together
of
your
cat.
Sanctuary model?
No, I haven't actually.
I haven't either.
Yeah. I'm
need
waiting
to.
for Brofish to come stateside before I'm going to do it. But
Yeah, that'd
I
be
was
fun.
gonna do it live on stream, but I have cats, and I kept thinking I was gonna move, and then it just hasn't happened. I should just do it. We'll just do it sometime soon. Maybe we'll do it before the DLC comes. Because why not?
do it as a stream on the channel one day. On like one of your Sunday streams, like one of your really chill Sunday streams.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good brain, that Mitsu.
Giga brain strats right there.
Yeah.
Ultra smart gun XXL brain strats.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh boy. And I think the 10-gallon was the last one to receive buffs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there was a lot of changes. Some of them we don't have numbers for yet. Others we absolutely do. The 100 and 200% for Magnificent. So we can't wait to find out the actual significance of each one.
Cool.
So, somebody in chat mentioned the Norfleet, by the way. I had a wild idea. What if they put the Norfleet in Borderlands 3, right? But instead of the projectiles that blow up and clean out the entire room, what if it was like a shotgun blast of slow lobs? Like lob orbs, right?
Oh my
That'd be
god.
Like 5 of them that just go and just like
That
go
would be
out.
cool.
And they track.
Cool.
That would be
my
awesome.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
wait a second. Whoa,
That
hold
would
on,
be
hold on.
OP in the best way.
I don't care. I want to use that.
Yeah, please do it.
It would have to be a Torg or Mollywan weapon, right? It can't be a TDR weapon, could it?
It could. I
I
believe.
guess.
I believe.
Yeah. The reload to throw the. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That
They're
would
really
be
fun.
The rocket launcher to reload.
That would be amazing.
Oh, TDR weapons from 2. I'm really surprised they didn't bring those back. The rockets from the TDR, they actually were homing rockets.
Yeah. Yeah. When you reloaded them. Yeah. That would be fun.
Overpowered.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just
That'd be
saying.
awesome. I would enjoy it.
Speaking of seriously OP things, the Hunt 2021 has come and gone, but holy butts, it was incredible. And all of you guys that participated were incredible. Huge, unbelievable, massive thank you goes out to Jolt's Dude and Killer 6 for organizing it and managing it and handling all of that for the website. I believe Mental Mars helped a little bit also, or a lot bit, and Triple G helped a lot bit also. There were a lot of people involved, but definitely the bulk of the work, K6 and Jolt's Dude, thank you so much for hosting this awesome event for all of us. And to everybody that participated, Mystique, and all of you guys in chat, whether you were a viewer or whether you were a streamer, there were so many incredible people. I know Triple G worked so hard to raise over $6,000, and Damn It to Hell worked so hard to also raise over $6,000. And there was
And lost his eyebrows in the process.
yeah. And it's like I think that people that have never done a charity stream don't understand how much goes into it, how much like honestly blood, sweat, and tears, and just like energy. Because
Yes.
I've literally done hundreds of charity streams in the 7 years I've been on Twitch, and it takes everything you have, and it should, and we're lucky to be able to do them. It's the most incredible like crazy gift that we as gamers get to raise money for sick kids. But it does take a lot. It takes a lot of preparation to get everything like overlays. And huge thank you to Pilot Place Games who created a beautiful overlay for everybody to use. That I'm sure made a lot of people's lives easier. But still, setting all that up, setting up alerts, thinking up incentives, just keeping the energy going for 12 or more hours at a time, like giving everything of yourself. It's so much, and it's a lot. It really is. And just a huge thank you, Mystique. Huge thank you to every single one of you guys. Mental Mars has a whole leaderboard on his website. It's literally mentalmars.com. You guys should super check it out because it's amazing. They raised over $69,000, which is great.
Nice.
Nice.
Which, nice. The breakdown is incredible when you look at it. $67,000 from Tiltify, $2,000 from merch. As we talked about, last week, I got a hoodie. It was super cool. Tess, I think you ordered one too, right?
I ordered a tank top. It hasn't gotten here yet, but mail here has been really, really slow. So I know it's on its way. I promise there'll be pictures. I will put them everywhere.
Cool. And Mystique, you got some stuff too, right?
Yes, I got the t-shirt and I got it in gray because I own way too much black stuff. So I needed to to tone down the dark t-shirts that I had. And I also got the navy blue zip up as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Wow, you went all out. You got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
I do. I like zip ups a lot. So and I wear them until like the sleeves are ratty. So.
But then the first one, you make it a little bit wider and you use it as the thumb hole, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you cut the little holes in there, and I have a sewing machine. I'll just sit there and like sew around it so it doesn't keep growing. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you know how it goes.
I've done that, but by hand because I don't have a sewing machine. But that's really cool. I don't actually know how to use a sewing machine.
My mom loves to quilt, so I go quilting with my mom all the time. So
that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Gotta make a Borderlands theme quote. You can just have the Psycho mask on or something like that.
I was actually thinking about that, and I was because with COVID and everything, it's been hard to go, but because you don't want to actually have obviously too many people together. But the quilting ladies actually for that Unsa shop has actually broken it up into many different days. So it's just me, my mom, and my best friend. We're all going on one day, and I do want to make a quilt, but I have to do the design, and I want to do like a big vault symbol.
No, that would be nice too.
And then I want to do like pieces of fabric that represents like, maybe people we've lost in the Borderlands games, like have like Angel and Lilith, even though I don't think she's dead. And just I think that would be cool having like a remembrance quilt.
Why you ain't gonna include me in this?
I will include Typhon.
Insulted right now.
What
I'll
about
put, like, a little whip. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. She'll be like front and center, like
although
in the quilt.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of us, but the incredible hottie that they have chosen to play Krieg. Oh my god! Please, can I just cameo as Maya just to like hang out with him for 5 minutes?
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
We will absolutely get there. Don't worry. Because that's a fun conversation to have too.
Yes.
This year's fastest times belong to, in first place, our very own Lazy Data. Because of course, the fastest time of finishing his list. Absolutely incredible. Rounding out the top three was Garwood and Deceptix. As far as I recall, Deceptix was the first to actually complete the list. However, due to this year's added condition of having to keep track of your time while you're spent hunting, Lazy was able to complete his list in faster time, thus giving him the win. So there's a little bit of a difference in that, but No problems with it. Everybody had a really good time. All of the top 3 took home some really amazing prizes. I think there was a collector's edition in there. There was like other cool merch, some stuff that was a little unique. It's wild what they have. Oh, is that in there too?
That was the first.
God, it's a little Robo Claptrap.
This is the first place, but the one that Lazy Data gets is the handsome Claptrap. Yep. So he has the top hat and everything. But this is actually from the handsome collection. So they get
that
this.
One, yeah.
Your Claptrap was pink for a second, but it's okay.
Was he?
he's pink again. It's fine.
It's fine.
Hey, it was Women's Day just a few days ago.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Claptrap comes in all colors.
Yeah.
It is the nature. Well, they used to. Now they just come in one, but we can still repaint them, the ones that we get to have.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's a Claptrap's all alone joke. He would have appreciated it. Then he would have cried, but he would have appreciated it a little bit.
Yeah.
Rounding out the top 11 of the other competitors who completed for their time, this list is in order. Our very own Triple G in 4th place, whose 4th place finishing build was actually featured on a recent episode of Ultimate Vault Hunters, a fact he pointed out to me after he completed his run.
Yeah, and it's incredible because he put that build together not long before we filmed that episode and didn't get a chance to practice it a whole lot at all before the hunt actually went live. So it was like a brainchild that went so far of Triple G's, and it just goes to show how awesome a builder he is and how hard he works all the time to make all this cool stuff happen. And it's just amazing, honestly. Like you guys all did so well. I'm so excited to talk about Mystique's because hers also was amazing, and she prepared so much. She had all of these notes. Actually, she shared some of those notes.
We'll get to it. Believe
me.
I've got like 37 questions.
Oh God.
Oh my God. So excited. So excited.
Oh, okay.
But we also had Koda Kuroba, Apple 1417, B Flattened, who's hanging out in chat, who's awesome.
Yes.
I love cheese too. Clumsy Danny?
I'm gonna go with Danny. I like Danny.
Danny, Rock 31, and Cappy Yeats. And
Cappy.
Yeah.
Good for Cappy.
Yeah.
No.
And
honorable mentions go to Crusher Strife and Filthy Eagle, who unfortunately came up 2 points short before the end of the event. That one made me a little sad. Oh, well, I can understand 10 points, 20 points. Sometimes RNG just doesn't go your way. 2 points, it's like one gun.
yeah.
There's a blue item.
That's brutal.
That's literally one of the blue items.
So hard.
Yeah.
So
That's all it takes.
or purple items. Yeah.
I'd be so upset. Lazy had a brief interview with Mental Mars after the events of the hunt and said he was very buzzed and excited to having participated in the event, but was also relieved that everything wound up mattering in the end and all his work was paid off. Because it's Lazy. He put in a lot of time to make this happen, which he does every year. Lazy always places every single time. He's something else.
He's a monster.
He's a legend.
Like it's crazy.
He also said he had no expectations going into the hunt because literally anything can happen. He's right. You could sit there and farm for an hour and not get what you want, or you could walk in there. I think Triple G, he walked in somewhere and got 2 things back to back and just walked away from that particular boss. I forget which one.
I did that with Demo Scaggins.
Yeah.
100% got I didn't get the hunted immediately, but I got the monocle and the Nighthawk on my first run.
Wow.
With the Demo Scaggins. K6 was there. He was like, "What?"
Nighthawkin's pretty hard to get, isn't it? Isn't that was one of the ones I think Triple G said he would take a buy on that one if it happened to drop as a world drop. I think.
See, I always get it pretty quickly, and Rackman can also drop it too.
Was it acceptable from either drop location?
Yep, sure was.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
That's pretty neat then.
Very, very cool.
He also goes on to state that his main preparations for the event focused more around the main campaign speed time, which to me makes a lot of sense because the main campaign feels like it can be a little long sometimes if you're not adept at doing everything as fast as you possibly can. For this event, you couldn't use skip, so it's not like they could go through the environment or cheese some certain things. They had to go through every beat of the game. That's crazy though. I think Jolt's got his run down to 4 hours, 3 hours or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's insane. I don't know how. I mean, like, I've watched speedrunners for the whole time that I've been on Twitch, and it always blows my mind how fast the people can run through games. Like, it just blows my mind. No matter how many times I've tried to learn a speedrun of a game, which is more than I care to count, it's amazing. Like, I mean, I get that it's at least partially muscle memory, just like where to go, and you can almost do it blindfolded, but it's just a level of skill that is so far beyond, and the amount of practice it takes and the amount of focus it takes. It's really cool. It's just really cool that you guys can do that. So
I've got 2 words for you. Snowdrift.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Those are not the 2 words I was thinking of, but I watched way too much wrestling in my time. There.
Oh, man.
That's a joke for like 4 people in chat, and then us, and that's it. It's worth it, though.
But yeah, Snowdrift. Get you Snowdrift, you can just speed through everything. You'll be sliding the whole way, but it works.
But it's fun, though. That's the way to go about doing it. I remember when we were still experimenting, when Borderlands 3 first came out, with how Zane's speed was affecting his weapon damage.
Yeah.
The best artifact you could get at that point was a snowdrift. You would go into snowdrift, and as soon as you did that, you would just open fire as fast as you possibly could to hit things. We're going back to launch day mechanics right now. Yeah. One of the things that was stated to be perhaps the most arduous part of the event was class mod farming, especially in arms race. Proving grounds also being a bit of a pain to try and get those because they're only unique to there, and therefore that's only where they would be accepted to be obtained. Arms race in particular must have been awful. I think I saw Tweety Expert going for it, and she actually had just gotten her flak mod. She continued doing the hunt actually after it had ended. She still had her counter up and everything to keep track, which I thought was pretty cool. Might as well see it through, right?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I feel like whatever you guys did, it was amazing. Because even if the hunt was over, the fundraising wasn't necessarily over, which was just so cool. It was so cool how everybody worked so hard to make it happen. And through PC crashes and all kinds of shenanigans for everyone, it was just, you guys worked so hard. $69,000. First of all, nice. Second of all, wow. Just like, wow. I mean, my mind just explodes at that number. And it honestly, the like, thank you goes to absolutely everyone. The streamers, the mods, the organizers, the viewers, and of course, obviously everybody that donated, but everybody that just donated their time to increase visibility. The fact that Twitch boosted, like, huge thank you to everybody, because that money goes to kids with cancer and terminal illnesses and their families, and this amazing, amazing hospital that helps to eliminate childhood cancer, that helps to stop all those families from ever having to worry about money and just trying to focus on getting their child healthy. They've done so much good in the world, and we talked about it a lot last Bordercast, but seriously, you guys are amazing, and it's just so appreciated. It's so appreciated by those families. It's so appreciated by everyone, because it's an incredible gift that you've given to the world.
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. And I just happened to look over at Twitter real quick, and St. Jude started following me, so I'm like, oh no.
That's
awesome. I guess we did
awesome.
something right this year, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
They were impressed that you knew about their thing in the basement. What was it again?
Oh, the particle accelerator.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That will stick out in my mind forever.
That's so cool.
Again, going back to my favorite game of all time, the particle accelerator is kind of one of the things that starts the entire game in motion. So when they told me, oh, by the way, that is now in the basement, I went, okay, please tell me more about this. And it works exactly as we talked about last week. It generates a proton beam emitter, which is so cool.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Yeah. The only one in the world for pediatric cancer. That they like to make special note of too, which is true. So for the kids, as Lazy like to end that interview segment with. That is the most important thing, always and forever.
Yeah.
other highlights from this year, and I'm going to jump ahead because we actually have her here. Mystique, you had to. Okay, we're going to talk about all of them, but the ones I have in my notes here, you had to eat beans.
The jelly beans.
Oh, jelly beans!
I was so confused by that.
You know which ones I'm talking about, right?
Oh, did you have to have Birdie Bots?
It's like the off-brand of that, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but for those who might not know, essentially the kinds of jelly beans that she had came in magical, delicious flavors such as earwax and dirt.
Oh no!
Similar vein, not the same one though.
Stink bug.
Stink bug.
Stink bug. I had to eat stink bug, and I almost threw up.
What is stink bug?
It's stink bug. Like,
that sounds disgusting.
It is. And also spoiled milk. I got 2 back to back because I got like I had like a $200 donation. So I had to do 2 right back to back. One was stink bug. And like, I had to go brush my teeth.
Oh God.
It was so bad. And then I said, well, I have this other one here and it could either be coconut or spoiled milk. So I was like, well, before I brush my teeth, I better pop this one in my mouth and see. And I couldn't eat them. Like I legitimately like could not eat them and swallow them. Like I had to, like I chewed. And then the spoiled milk got like stuck in my tongue and I was like trying to like get it off my tongue. There's probably a clip out there somewhere. It's pretty entertaining, I'm sure. But yeah, it was the worst thing ever. I'll never do that again. Oh my God.
Ugh, no, that sounds awful. So you said
bad.
there was coconut, right? So does that mean that the mix was some of them could be really good?
Yes.
And then some of them could be like absolute trash?
Yes. So the stink bug could have been toasted marshmallow. There was dirty dishwater that could have been birthday cake.
Dishwater. Oh.
Yeah, there was the what got me the worst that I actually like chewed and ate was canned dog food. It could have been chocolate pudding, but it was canned dog food. I got that one twice. And the Tutti Frutti could have also been stinky socks. And the thing about the stinky socks was it actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't. It was actually like the least worst of all the ones that I tried.
The best of the worst?
Yes. Actually, no, the best of the worst. It's either berry blue or toothpaste. And
it can't be that bad.
Toothpaste was fantastic. I actually want to get them, like get a bag of them.
What?
Of the toothpaste. Because they literally taste like you're just eating like the sweet mint like gum or whatever. And but it's jelly beans, yeah. And it was fantastic.
I guess that's fair. I think this is going to be funny because now everybody's like, Mitsu eats dirt. The dirt ones from Birdie Bots aren't actually that bad.
Yeah.
Like it's either dirt or grass or something like that. And it was like, there's a little fruit in here for some reason. I don't understand it.
I think that that particular brand doesn't really strive to make you want to puke and like get sick.
It just matches up to things that sound disgusting, like earwax as well. Like just sounds disgusting, but it's not there to just make you like hate yourself.
Like these are made for you to want to die. Like they're bad. They're awful.
Okay,
to bring it around, this is what you did for the kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a tiny side note, but I don't understand the mind. I mean, I guess enough people buy these things to warrant selling them and making them, but I don't understand. Like, I understand why streamers do it for charity stuff, but why? Yeah. Like you can't. I mean, there are a lot of streamers out there, but like, they didn't make these things for streamers. They made them.
Yeah.
For humans. Why? Okay.
Yeah, the canned dog food made me legitimately sick to my stomach. Like I ate a full canned dog food once, swallowed everything, and I thought like there has to be something in these beans that is not good for you. Like the fact that they're sitting there making these beans taste like this, I don't know how that you make something taste that bad. Unless it's something that's harmful to you. Like, I don't even know.
Oh, boy.
Like,
and you're suffering was for the benefit of the children of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Thank you.
Yes.
And like that's the sacrifice you make sometimes when you do these kinds of streams, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and it was my highest charity like event that I did to date. So obviously, like I'm on the smaller end of the spectrum of streamers and everything.
Exactly.
But we ended up passing our goal and raising, it was like $1,515. So
Nice.
and that's the highest that we've raised in my channel. So I was pretty proud of that. I was pretty proud of my peoples. So many really awesome people came in and donated. And one person in particular came in and was just like, he's like, everyone else is, not on. He goes, I wanted to be a part of this somehow, and ended up donating like $300. Like, and then I had to eat like 3 beans. But yeah, someone even donated to get me to my goal and said, you can just throw the bean away if you want. And I'm like, nope, I got to do it.
Yeah, that's cheating. You can't just let it go. You gotta follow through on these things.
Yeah, no, I did. Like some people might be like, well, you didn't eat it. But like, listen, I would have literally got banned on, because I think if you do anything that makes you puke on stream, like it's bannable.
Probably.
Really?
I feel like that's a Twitch rule.
Yeah, like, and you can't like do bodily harm to yourself. And I feel like that might have been on the line of bodily harm.
Yeah.
So I ate some of them, but there was some of them that I just legitimately could not eat.
I could not do this challenge. You could not. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of other things, but I couldn't do
that.
this one. Yeah. No, I can't. I'm a super taster, so all the flavors would just be like really intense, and I would basically die. It would be bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you would have a rough time.
Yeah. People suffered though. Like Mystique obviously did. But lots of people went through some stuff. Triple G had an early, like, tragic PC crash, and I know this because he messaged me because I'm test support for the team, or for anybody that ever needs it. Honestly,
test support.
Yeah. I love technology, and sometimes I get it wrong too, of course. And basically my solution most of the time is to just go to Google and have good Google Fu, like put in the right terms and then read a lot, and try things. But it helps to have another person do that, and I am happy to do it because I've done it so many times by myself for my setup, and it just helps to have another person help you. Helps to help. Yeah. Anyway, if you ever have a tech problem, throw it at me. I will do my very, very best to at least point you in the right direction, because I find that stuff fun, problem solving, puzzle-y technology things. Anyway, poor Triple is like, my PC died. Why? And then we tried to figure it out, and we needed help, and it's still being worked on, but it's working now. It's just, there's still some stuff going on there, but that wasn't even it. He had to shave his legendary beard, okay? He did, and it was crazy. Like, his beard was, like, down to here, and then it was, like, literally, like, like there. And for the kids. For the kids, man. Right?
It looked like a 3-month beard for him that was trimmed down to a 3-day beard.
Yes. It was funny. I actually was watching him earlier that day on my phone. I had a doctor's appointment. And so I left for the doctor's appointment, and when I came back, I was getting ready and eating and stuff. And I pulled him back up. I pulled Twitch back up on my phone. And of course, it pulls it back up to the person you were watching last. And it literally went, like, his beard was down here. And like, you know how like it shows the last picture you closed on Twitch? Yeah. So it was his beard. And then immediately it buffered, and it was like, real. Like it just went. I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, oh no.
You know what that reminds me of? You know those holographic things you can move back and forth where it's between one image and another? That's what it is. You went down with the beard and up with the beard.
Yeah. It would make the perfect GIF.
We collectively apologize, Triple J. Seriously, we're so sorry. It hopefully won't take him that long to grow it back, but we're so sorry. Like, I apologize for all of Borderlands dumb. We're so sorry. Because I know.
Oh, it was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it for the kids. But still. Cappy Yeats marking out when he completed his list.
Yeah, he got real hype.
That's really
cool. My dude was screaming.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Honestly, people getting excited about such cool stuff is like the energy you want on streams, and especially during a charity stream. And it's just amazing when someone is able to share that with us as viewers, and it's just a cool experience. And I didn't actually know this. So I know that Moxie had to shave his beard.
Yes.
Right? I know he shaved it in that cool like tiger pattern. I saw all the pictures of it and I was like, oh my God, this is the most brilliant, awesome idea ever. I did not know that he could not unlock his phone because the facial recognition feature no longer recognized him. Oops. That's
I hope
hilarious.
that has passcodes, right? He could be locked out of his phone for a while otherwise.
That's hilarious.
Oof.
That's pretty funny.
He posted about it on Twitter, and I was like, all right, we got to put that in the notes.
Yeah, that's
really
hilarious.
funny.
That's great. And damn it. Okay, so I was there, and I feel partially responsible for this. Last Bordercast, we were talking about it, and we rated Damn It to Hell, and not only did he shave his mustache, but literally immediately after we rated, I was like, okay, chat, let's do it. Let's get him to the goal of, at the time it was 5,000. And he was going to shave his eyebrows. And literally within like 2 seconds of everybody getting in there, everybody donated, including me and Mitsu, I think. And yeah, I think we did. We think we did. My memory's.
Yeah, we did.
But anyway, yeah. And so anyway, we pushed him over the edge and he immediately shaved his eyebrows. And I think later he shaved his mustache. And he took a pie directly to the face. And he got killed by one of Wotan's legs. Damn it.
I saw that clip. That was so funny.
What, him getting killed by Wotan's leg?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't know what it was, and I clicked on it, and then I saw it, and I was on the couch, and I just like dropped my phone and fell over and I died. I laughed.
Damn it. We're so sorry, and we love you. You're amazing.
Yes.
Seriously. Like, absolutely. Why am I getting this wrong? Oh, hold on.
Indeed. There was Garwood's hype about having finished the hunt at all. He was apparently just shocked that it actually came to an end. He did really well on that too. He was what, second place? That's a really comfortable place to be if you're finishing the hunt. I guess in previous years they probably didn't go as well. Epic NNG was doing Godburner runs for charity. For those of you who don't know, the Godburner is what is known as the perfect roll back burner, which drops only off of Agonizer 9000. Which is an agony sometimes I actually have to deal with. So this was the perfect place to do it. Poscaroni snuck in some points at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the last day of the hunt, which was pretty cool. And Darkest Dame put on an absurdly bright pink wig that reminded me of Stephanie from Lazy Town and rocked it for the better part of the rest of her stream when she raised, I think it was $1,000 on her first day, and was like blown away that was her goal. So she had to like work on stretch goals and things like that. And yes, it is in fact a piece of cake to make a pretty cake, since somebody will ask about it.
Yes.
A hunt. What a wonderful event. Did you have fun with it, Mistake? Did you read like?
Oh yes.
What was your experiences of actually streaming the hunt?
I think so I've done it twice before, and the previous 2 times, like I didn't obviously get like a ton of points because I didn't really start like getting into like damage builds and doing things the fastest way possible until I got into Borderlands 3. So I had so much fun. I had fun helping people. Brock and I actually had planned before the hunt to actually do Guardian Takedown together and do Slaughter Shaft together. Our first run, we got all but the Web Slinger dropped to us.
Oh, wow.
Yes, our first one. We had to do, I think, 2 more runs after that to get the Web Slinger. And we just thought, well, what if we try to do the skips or whatever and fall and die, and then we have to restart all the way back over, So for us, it was just like doing it the fastest way possible, especially if one of us dies and the other one can finish. So, and we just had a lot of fun. And then of course, Darkest Dame and Triple G had their game soft locked, sadly.
Yeah.
And
Darkest
then
Dame did too. That's right.
Yeah, and
What?
I
didn't even know that.
K6
Didn't Killer 6 also have it too?
He had a soft lock at the very end of the game of the main story. His was Tyrene's battle, and the portal wouldn't open up. So Tommy Terror, as he's well known, helped K6, complete his campaign, so he was able to move on. Being able, and people were like, "Oh, you're so nice to help Triple G and Darkest Aim," because I helped Triple G and Darkest Aim get through their DLC 3. Thing. And I was like, why wouldn't I have helped them? Like, well, of
course.
Well, it's a charity event. Like, what am I gonna be like? No, screw you. I'm just gonna just leave you there so I can get, ahead of you. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna, I would want the same thing to be done for me. So,
it occurred to me, we never actually asked you, how many points did you get in the hunt total?
Well, so I thought I could upload points after midnight. Miscommunication. So I ended technically on the leaderboards at 9:01 because I couldn't get the rest of my points uploaded. But in what I ended up with was 1,076 points.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were close.
Yeah. Which would have put me at 18th. But like I said, I didn't get a chance to get the rest of them uploaded. But like I said, it's neither here or there. I was all for charity. It was all for fun. I was going to win anyways, so it was like not a big deal.
Well, even still, I mean, like that sucks a little bit. So realistically, I mean, you had a lot of points. Like,
I did.
That's certainly more points than I would have ever gotten.
Yeah. I don't know necessarily. A lot of people were telling me that this was probably the case, but they think that I don't know. It's not hard to tell if someone's male or female in the leaderboard. So, but a lot of people were saying that they think that I was the top woman and the top Amara.
At
I don't know.
Or 1065, I imagine you probably were.
Yeah. So being like picking the underdog to go into the hunt with, being Amara, like me, and I think I know of like one other person that played Amara in the hunt.
Wow.
Because I was like in the directory, like looking for people, playing Amara, just to like go and cheer them on,
That's so cool.
But yeah.
So this, just to point this out, you're going to be filming Ultimate Vault Hunters later.
Yes.
If anybody is worried about whether or not she's got it going on with this game, that should tell you everything you need to know. Because that is a very respectable score.
Yeah, it's pretty fun build too.
I can't wait. This is going to be really cool.
I'm super excited to film later.
I'm glad you guys are excited. Yes, I am too. Hopefully I will make everyone proud. So
you will. I have zero doubt. Zero doubt. I'm so excited.
But no, I had a lot of fun. It was probably the most fun I've had in the hunt for sure. K6 and Jolt Stew definitely made it a phenomenal event and worked their butts off. Yeah. And like they need a standing ovation, honestly, because
I would do it, but Tess would yell at me.
Yeah, they like if everyone in chat could just like blast the chat with emotes, just in show of appreciation of K6 and Jolt Stew, because it like they legitimately did an amazing job. Because I've been part of the past 2 hunts, and they definitely. They definitely hit it out of the park.
Thank you so much. Yeah. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
The visual is Tess has a standing desk and she raised it up and then got out of her chair so that she could do a literal standing ovation. That's brilliant. That's very good.
Yeah. Let's see all the donks in chat. All the hearts, all the everything. Because they definitely, I mean, they raised the most money that they've raised in any of the hunts, I think. So
it's incredible. It's incredible. It's such an incredible thing. Honestly, I say this all the time, but it's a ridiculous, incredible thing that we get to play video games and raise money for charity. Any charity, especially kids with cancer. Okay. And this is just such a good cause. And it's such a good charity, and it's such a good event, and it's such a wonderful game and wonderful franchise, and it's so much work. Like I feel like people that have never done it just don't understand, because they're like, oh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. No, like, you don't understand how much work goes into streaming for it, much less organizing it. Like I know people that have organized events and obviously I've done a bunch. And it's just, it's like it takes everything you have and then some, and it's so worth it. Like, it's so worth it, and it's so rewarding. But every single one of you guys that streamed, Mystique, Triple, Damn It, K6, Jolts, Mental Mars, like literally every single one of you guys, you were crazy, epic, and amazing. Lazy, Garwood, Epic, Pascaroni, Darkest Dame, Moxie, everybody. I know I'm missing like 100 people, but you guys are just amazing rock stars. Like, thank you for what you do.
And K6 like was running it and taking part in it.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I barely made it through.
He had to
on my
he had to set the
12-hour
standard.
days.
That's K6. He's got to be a directory dad.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yep.
He is the best.
Yeah.
And Jolts, dude. They're both the best.
Yes.
They're both the best.
Jolts is a machine. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I don't even know how they do
are all
it.
incredible though. Seriously, like it's amazing. Whether you had crazy gross incentives or just crazy hard incentives or just like streamed for many hours and built up that energy, because like streaming in general is all about how much energy you give to chat, right? You give your chat energy and they give it back to you, and it's like this cool back and forth, right? So all of you guys that were lurking, all of you guys that were talking in the chat, all of you, like, even if you couldn't donate, that helps a streamer on an everyday basis, just being there, because we see the numbers and it boosts our confidence. Even if we're not looking, like a lot of us try for our mental health to not look at numbers while we're live, but we do look on like a weekly basis or a monthly basis or whatever, just to see how we're doing, right? So if you're just there hanging out in our channels, hanging out in the Borderlands directory, it helps us to know that you guys are into what we're doing, right? And same thing goes for listens to the podcast, things like that, right? It super matters. Even if you never say a word, thank you. If you do talk, huge thank you as well, because that boosts us even further. And if you choose to donate to an incredible charity like St. Jude's, you guys are superheroes. So thank you to everyone. I'm like so proud to be a small part of this amazing community, and I'm so proud of every single one of you guys. Mitsu for boosting on Twitter, and Mystique for being a part of it, and 2K and Gearbox. Thank you guys so much for also boosting it and providing prizes, and for all the organizers and all the people that watched and everybody in between. You guys are amazing. Thank you for what you've done. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody did a great job. Everybody, and I can't wait to see what happens next year. Because why not? Why not, right? Let's do it again.
I'm going to win next year. Coming for you, Lazy Data.
Oh, I want somebody to clip this. I want somebody to clip it because I want to have it for next year. I'll keep it on my soundboard.
I'm going to run next year. I'm doing it next year. No
You're gonna go
freaking
next year?
surgeries or dental bull poop in my way.
Fair enough. I will not. I will continue to just be the runt of the litter and just talk about it a whole bunch. But the chances of me winning are absolutely zero. And
I don't plan to win.
Promote other people.
But
you could. You gotta be in it to win it.
I just want to raise a lot for the kids. That's all I care about.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you will do plenty of that as well.
Yes.
So we are, of course, running very short on time, as tends to happen with these shows as of late. But we didn't want to end without mentioning that there is a new twist in the saga that is the Borderlands movie casting. This time, from out of nowhere came Krieg. Florian Munteanu, who some of you may know as Victor Drago from Creed 2, so Ivan Drago's son, that a movie, by the way, I enjoy quite a bit, is in final negotiations, according to the Hollywood Reporter, to join the Borderlands movie. This is very exciting.
Mental Mars put together a incredible thumbnail, and okay, I thought he was hottie before I saw this, and then I saw this and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Need a minute?
Yes. Can I please? Like, I love Maya. I love Maya and Krieg together. I don't have words for this because it's so good. mentalmars.com, first of all, because Mental Mars is amazing and he has all the info on the hunt and all the info on all things Borderlands all the time. He recaps all the Bordercasts. He's always up to the minute news, posting up to the minute news on everything that's going on in the Borderlands verse. It's really, really cool. So I definitely would recommend just checking out his website because he's awesome. But also he makes these crazy thumbnails, and this one is just, I mean, I might be drilling just a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh boy. So of note, Krieg in the article is listed as the quote unquote muscle-bound, rhetorically challenged protector of Tiny Tina, which to me was another hint at the story direction somewhat. So I took a lot of heat for this. I'm still convinced it's true. It's not. Word of God says it's not, but headcanon me says it is. Krieg is Tina's dad. In my head. That is completely not confirmed or even approved of by anybody at Gearbox. It is already been said that is not the case at all. But if you were playing the game way back when it first came out, Borderlands 2, there were certain logs that you could get that kind of made some people feel like Tiny Tina was like her father was led to become a psycho because of the actions of Handsome Jack through torture experiments and things like that, which is mentioned in the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve logs, which is how I remember it because it's my favorite stage in Borderlands 2. So everybody was like, "Oh, that's Tina's dad. Like it lines up. It's everything." And then they're like, "No, it's not. It's not a thing." Yeah, I was really sad because I really appreciated that connection. It would have given him a lot more depth back then with human connections, which they kind of made up for by having his big connection be Maya.
Yeah. Well, like in DLC 4, so once you get to, I think it's like once you go through one of the portals or whatever, and he's talking to his insane self. I don't know if people miss this, but there is a mother and a father and a little girl walking away. You run over to them. Their faces are completely blacked out. Like you can't see their face or anything. But that just leads to me to think that he had a kid and had a wife.
Mm-hmm.
So why couldn't it be Tiny Tina? Makes perfect sense.
I think
it makes perfect sense.
I think his family was killed though. So the girl would also have to be dead too.
Unless she survived.
I
mean,
like
she could have theoretically survived.
Yeah.
Sure.
We need a lore master's take on this.
Eruption Fang.
Yeah. Eruption Fang. You spoke the words in my brain. Mystique. It's really funny when that happens. This happened with my better half just the other day. Literally, I was thinking it and he said it and you just did it and it's amazing. Yep. Great minds, right? Eruption Fang is an incredible creator on YouTube and knows all the lore, and I would love to hear his thoughts on this because I don't know, I feel like it would be really sweet if Tina was Krieg's child because I would love to see Ava and Tina, and I know I'm gonna get totally demolished for this.
You
But
said
I would
Ava,
love
so I already
I know. As I said it, I was like, oh God. But I would love to see, I mean, Ava's a character in this world, right? So whether or not you hate her or you love her or you're somewhere in the middle like me, she's there, right? So I want to see her elevated to the level of sort of belief that Maya had in her to be justified. And I feel like her ending up somehow related to or friends with Tina would be really cool. And it would just be, I mean, we miss Tina and we want to see more Tiny Tina. It would be amazing. And I feel like it would just be fun. They're similar in age kind of, and they're both kind of crazy teenagers, and it would be cool. They should just have a slumber party and hang out and we'd get to know them both better and it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It was little connections like that and hidden meanings and things like that are really nice. And again, that's just something I was hoping in the movies, because if we're not going to get in the games, the movie can be universe B of Borderlands universe, and they can take a little bit more creative liberty and maybe put in those kinds of connections. Sometimes for expediency, not bad expediency, but like here now you're more emotionally invested because they're actually related somehow and they didn't even realize it. Surprise! Like little things like that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Eli Roth in the article goes on to say that Florian brings a real humanity and multiple layers to a character who on the surface seems totally insane, but brutally savage. Krieg is by far the most difficult role that they had to cast, and Florian brought him to life and grounded him in a way that Eli Roth did not even know was possible. He goes on to say that Florian is going to be a brilliant Krieg and will fit in perfectly with the already star-studded and incredible cast. Muntanu will also be starring in Razor Fist, I should say, in Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, which is another Marvel Cinematic Universe laureate alumni to join the Borderlands film project alongside Kate Blanchett. And Ariana Greenblatt, I should say, because she played young Gamora as well. So
I think she'll do a good job.
Oh yeah.
I think she'll do a good job too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. She was
Like,
amazing.
Her hype on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
she said she wanted to go tea time with
Yes.
Florian.
Yeah.
She was like getting into character. I thought it was really cute.
Yeah.
That was very good. It was very good.
Agreed.
And she mentioned that she, in just a couple of months, that she was going to be leaving for Hungary.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that means that they are going to probably start filming, like, and actually doing stuff in a couple months. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's coming. It's so crazy that like they're already getting ready to film or filming or I don't know. I don't know anything about how films are made. Not really. I've watched too much television and film, but I don't
We need
actually have any
55
idea.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liz
Yeah.
knows. Right. But like it was so cool to get her insights on this, and we keep hearing about movie stuff and hearing about movie stuff and hearing about movie stuff, and I'm just so excited for every little tidbit they choose to give us. And I mean, like, this is insane. This is like look at this incredible, beautiful form of a man. For everyone that is listening to us, it's a version of the actor wearing the Krieg kind of like little harness on his chest thing that he has, and holding the buzz axe, and then the red, slightly more crazy Krieg, and the blue, slightly more sane Krieg, like on each side of him. And it's like Mental Mars was like, I think I spent too much time on my thumbnails, and I was like, no, this is so cool. It's so worth it.
They're so good.
It doesn't matter how long it takes. This is so cool. And
It is worth it.
yeah,
It is
super
absolutely
worth
worth
it.
Yeah.
Mentalmars.com, first of all, because he's amazing. He's an amazing creator in the Borderlands verse. You should definitely check him out for all your news updates if you like them in written form, or if you just want to see cool images or images, English. If you just want to check out a cool website. Seriously, like, Mental Mars, thank you for letting us share this beauty, incredibleness with the world, because wow.
It's awesome. Like, he has the perfect physique, like, for Krieg.
Yeah.
Like, it is
Yes.
absolutely perfect. He looks
Yes.
like his body is Krieg. It's great.
Yes.
Now, my one question, and this is actually a really important one, is will he wear the mask the whole movie? And I'll ask that
doubt
because
it.
there is a reason for this. In the history of movie making, actors tend to not enjoy doing roles where a character that's already established always wears some sort of facial covering. I'll give you an example. It's actually written into Sylvester Stallone's contract in Judge Dredd that he was able to take off his helmet at certain points, whereas Judge Dredd, the character, always has his helmet on. Always and forever. So I'm wondering if we're going to encounter Krieg right away, and Krieg's going to have that mask on and keep that mask on the whole time. Or what would be really cool is if half of it gets blasted off his face and you just see like half of it right there. Like some epic moment happens and then like Krieg gets really angry.
Yeah.
And just gets like mutates and goes like absolutely crazy. Just annihilates
awesome.
people on the field. That'd be
That
really
would
cool.
be so cool.
That'd be
So
really, really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Oh my God. I'm just excited. I know it takes time to make a movie. They're just starting.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'm sure they're gonna have all kinds of crazy visual effects and all that stuff, and that takes a long time. And I love everything about that, and I'm excited to see where they take it. I just wish it was here already because it's gonna be so cool. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait just a little bit longer. Every week it feels like there's new news coming down the pipeline. So hopefully we'll continue that trend and we'll have news about the movie all the way through April. Because I need to know about this story. I really do. We still have no ideas. That's why I'm asking these rhetorical questions in a way, because I'm like, if that could give me hints if somebody were to answer that question.
I don't want to know too much though. Like I will say this, like as players of the game, it's one thing to get like early access or details or tidbits or whatever on Twitter and just from the devs and in general. Like it's different when you're playing the game and you're knowing things a little bit early. You still haven't like experienced it, and it's so different to experience it than it is to kind of like have an idea of what's coming ahead of time, which we don't most of the time, but we do a little bit every now and then. Just like everyone. But with a movie, there's trailers, and you guys know the trailers that are like the entire movie in the trailer. I really hope, and I don't think they will, because I think they're too smart for this. They're not going to do that. I don't want to know what's coming. Like, I want to know the story, but I don't want to know the story. I want to be surprised. A movie is a whole different thing. You only get to experience it for the first time that first time. And so I want to be surprised with the movie. I don't want to know what happens first.
I think it's very fair.
I think it might be like a segue from between 2 and 3.
That would be cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot later than I thought it would be. I figured they'd start Borderlands 1, maybe between Borderlands 1 and 2, when they announced Krieg, because Krieg is the first character. You could make an argument because Tiny Tina's not necessarily as prominent. It's like you could fit her in a story for 1. But when you're putting Krieg in there, that's you can't fudge that number. So it's got to be something a little bit further down the timeline than just 1.
I want them to announce Maya, and then I'll be like, okay.
Me too. Yeah. I want to know who's going to play her.
Me too. Oh my God.
You know what? I'm not even going to be here that episode. That's just going to be you, and you can just talk for an hour about why you love Maya and whatever they picked. That's your show.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as I possibly can safely, because COVID, I'm getting the tattoo. This arm, I'm actually, I'm like trying
hardcore.
to make the arm like buff so that it fits perfectly.
That's hardcore though. Oh boy.
I've actually planned and want a phase grasp on my arm.
Cool.
Oh,
that's so cool. That's
really
cool. Yeah, I love Maya. I love sirens.
Same.
I love the whole idea of like strong, empowered women, and that's so awesome. Mystique, great minds, right?
Yeah.
So well, one day we'll all hang out. Maybe we'll go to the movie premiere together with our cool badass tattoos.
Yes.
Oh boy. Could you imagine if they invited us to the premiere, like everybody on the team?
I would die. I would actually die.
Actually die.
I would die.
Die.
Yeah. Die.
DED dead.
It's RIP. Press F. Press F. For all of us. Oh boy. All right. Season Pass 2. It's out right now. Designer's Cut. Well, you've played it. It's arms race. Get those class mods because they're all very good. Well, I think one of them actually lags behind. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the director's cut will be coming out April 8th. April 8th is the new time to expect the last of this particular season passes content. And we can't wait to have more conversations about the director's cut in the weeks to follow. Mystique, where on the internet can the people find you?
Everywhere. So Twitch, Mystique, it's Mystique Siren everywhere. MYSTIQUE. And Siren is spelled normally, but Twitter.
The wee wee siren.
Wee woo, wee woo, yeah. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I'm trying to do more YouTube stuff. Trying to get into that and find my niche there and whatnot. So, but yeah, you can find me everywhere. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I stream. So
Nice.
Tess, how about you? Where can they find you?
Tess Games on Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to do more content on so I'm planning more content on Instagram. I'm streaming every Saturday, usually between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern. It's random stuff. Sometimes it's Borderlands, sometimes it's lately it's been a lot of VR stuff. But I'm actually also working on YouTube, and I'm planning on posting. I've been recording for a while, and I just want to get it all polished and edited and perfect for you guys. But I've been working on an entire playthrough of Borderlands 2 VR as Maya, like cosplaying Maya, playing through Borderlands 2, which is really, it's been so fun to do. I'm like not done yet, but that's probably going to be the first thing I put on my YouTube. That's current. I do have a YouTube, but I basically put up a bunch of stream highlights way back when I started like 7 years ago, which is a lifetime. Right?
Yeah, like it's like two videos recently, and then like 5 videos like 3 years ago.
Remember how I said great minds?
Yeah.
Stay tuned to YouTube Mystique Siren and YouTube Tessa Games. It's just Tessa, TESSACHKA on Twitch and YouTube, and Tess Games everywhere else. If you just Google Tess Games, you'll find me. And Mitsu, how about you?
What about me? Oh, is it that time?
Where?
Do I gotta do the plug thing?
Yes,
you got to do it.
Oh, wait, yes.
Because you're awesome.
Do it as Typhon. Do it as Typhon.
So this guy Mitsu, let me tell you something. If you're looking for some of the funniest content on Twitch, don't go there. But if you're looking for somebody who does voice acting every now and again, of people that just already have voice actors, so he's probably never going to get a job in this industry, go to twitch.tv/Mitsu. That's MITSU. If you don't, you're a schmuck. Well, who am I to judge? And if you're looking for him on Twitter, where he posts a whole bunch of pictures of food all the time, and I guess talks about Borderlands, Twitter.com/Mitsu Show. MITSUSHOW. Like Kids WB. Which was pretty good. You ever watch it on the Echo Net? I like that stuff. Watch it with the kids sometime. Before I told them stories and then they took over the galaxy. That was my bad.
Oh man, that was perfect.
It was.
How's
perfect.
that for professionalism?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
That was
Borderlands and Bordercast. And first of all, Mystique, thank you so much for joining us. But this game and this community and this show are all about the fun of this amazing, amazing franchise. So thank you to all of you that enjoy it with us and let us be our silly selves. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it. What's the point of life if you're not having a good time, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Life's too short.
Exactly.
There it is.
Exactly. And honestly, I feel like Borderlands in general is all about like uplifting everyone and having a good time no matter what the situation and the hopefulness that exists in the people of this community, and it's really cool.
A game where you blow people apart brings everyone together.
I know. It's amazing. It is amazing. It's amazing. You guys should all go follow Mitsu because he's really funny, and also he had this really cool idea for a video game based on Typhon's rise to fame, and his whip, and it would be a really cool side scroller, and he should voice it because he's freaking awesome. Just saying.
Young Typhon.
It would be so good. Thank you, Mystique. Thank you.
Thank you for
everybody.
Having me.
You're amazing. Seriously. And you guys stay tuned. Ultimate Vault Hunter coming up in about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
we're right up against it today.
Very
This is how the
cool.
channel should be.
yeah, we keep going long. Whoops.
My bad.
Yeah. And then in 2 weeks from today, you will get to see the beautiful Mystique Siren on her very special Ultimate Vault Hunter episode.
It's gonna be fun and
gonna be fun,
explosive.
fun.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're enjoying the show as much as we love doing it, please make sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter, get notifications set up for iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify. Apparently a whole bunch of you listen on Spotify, which makes sense. I love that platform. It's so great. SoundCloud, and YouTube Music. And we're here every Thursday
There it is.
at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. There might be a Tuesday episode coming up in the relatively near future.
Oh, shh.
Maybe.
Yeah, they don't need to know about that yet. That's the secret stuff.
It might just be a special.
Maybe.
Yeah. But sometimes we do special episodes. We used to be on Tuesdays, now we're on Thursdays. Who knows? Anyway, usually on Thursdays, always at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time zones. You guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with all of us. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us that we get to connect with you, connect with the devs, connect with the creators like ourselves and that have done so much for this community and charity and are just like Mystique is amazing. All of you guys are amazing. Just huge thank you.
Yeah. It's super cool to have all of you here. So on behalf of Tess, myself, and the entire content creation team, thank you so much for joining us to do every single week. Now go forth and make some mayhem.